Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. What a beautiful sunny day we had in Seattle today, right? You see, sometimes we get so wrapped up into our own lives that we forget to look outside. We forget to see things with fresh eyes. When you've lived in a city for a while, you get used to it. Take those construction cranes, for example. Now that they are everywhere in Seattle, do you even notice them anymore? As an urban sketcher, however, little goes unnoticed for me. My desire to draw everything around me can turn any place or any situation into an opportunity to be creative. It wasn't always like that. I grew up in Barcelona, Spain, a magnificent metropolis by all accounts. Yet I can't say I ever fully understood or appreciated its character. I wasn't looking at my surroundings with the eyes of an urban sketcher. As a newcomer to Seattle 10 years ago, though, everything felt new, and I became a compulsive sketcher. I picked up a notebook, just like this one, and started drawing everything around me. At first, most of my sketching happened during mundane commutes. You can see my own sketchbook there in that drawing. I noticed a lot of people carrying big mugs of coffee. Peeking through the windows as my bus reached the Ship Canal Bridge, I drew the city skyline and those big gray clouds that are often inseparable from it. As I venture outside Seattle on day trips with my family, my trusty pocket sketchbook would always be within reach. On an excursion to Whidbey Island, I documented the ferry ride with this spread. Over the years, this plain approach to sketching turned out to be transformational. It really changed my life. Thanks to the internet, I connected with other drawing enthusiasts around the world who were also sketching their cities. Together, we now form a global community of thousands of sketchers. You can find us online if you Google urban sketchers. I've also published several books, and my drawings appear regularly in the Seattle Times since 2009. But more importantly, urban sketching has given me a better understanding of Seattle and the people who live here. It really has helped me find a sense of belonging. Everywhere I go, I keep my eyes peeled. I look at the way the light hits the buildings. I check out every piece of urban furniture. If I come across something like this street clock in Columbia City, it feels like hitting the sketching jackpot. I like to sketch old buildings so I can remember what they look like before they are demolished. The historic Greyhound bus station downtown is now history. The outer walls of the Troy Laundry in South Lake Union have been preserved, but this view from the old Seattle Times offices across the street is gone forever. Every chain link fence piques my curiosity. What will replace this old storefront in Belltown? Sketching Seattle is also like taking a class in history. Every day I'm out there with my sketchbook. On a less sunnier November day than today, I visited the point on Alki Beach in West Seattle, where the first European settlers landed in 1851. I've learned the significance of the aviation industry, sketching at the Museum of Flight Restoration Center, where volunteers spend thousands of hours to restore an aircraft so it could fly again. My sketchbook has also given me license to approach strangers and learn from their experiences. Die-hard Seahawks fans aren't as crazy as I had imagined. I met this friendly couple at the Hawks Nest in Centuryville. At a parking lot in Interbay, I chatted with young and old homeless Seattleites and learned about their day-to-day struggles. As an intrepid newspaper artist, I try to challenge myself to sketch in any possible situation, whatever it takes to get to know what life is in this great region. Once, for example, I was attacked by goats while sketching horses in a farm in Briar. I've also faced angry turkeys at the home of some Seattle urban farmers. And I took a dip into the sound when my kayak flipped as I was coming back from sketching the long-gone Kalakala ferry. Now, seriously, being an urban sketcher is worth putting yourself in that kind of danger. Sketching is a great way to get to know people from all walks of life. The barber at Fisherman's Terminal, the dog master who works nearby, the folks who work at Dick's Drive-In. Urban sketching has made me aware of the rich cultural diversity of Seattle, where I can explore an authentic Chinese garden one day and find every food flavor on the planet in food trucks that can be found all over the city these days. These ones at Wesley Park downtown. Now, a word for those who think they can draw a straight line. You don't need to be an artist to do what I do. Sketching is a form of visual documentation that is accessible to all. Sketching tools can be as sophisticated as the iPad I used to make this sketch of the food trucks, or the one of the Pie Place Market crane that you saw at the beginning of my talk, or as simple as pen and a piece of paper. Oops. We're still watching this, so I cannot jump ahead. So let's just look at it. I think I got a little hungry making that sketch. There we go. You gotta love technology. I hope this is not in like auto replay. They told me this had to be 5 minutes. Oh, here we go. So as I was saying, my favorite tools are still fountain pens loaded with waterproof ink and some watercolors. Sometimes I try to add the watercolors on the spot. Sometimes I do it later at home. The purpose of urban sketching is to experience a moment, no matter how ordinary. I promise you this one will be faster. No matter how ordinary, like waiting for the bus, I made this sketch of King Street Station in those cranes again, that you can see everywhere. The idea of urban sketching is to slow down and to pay attention to your immediate environment. Sometimes I wish my pen and a sketchbook had been my regular companions growing up in Barcelona. Sketching such a beautiful city may have kept me around longer. But I'm not looking back. I'm drawn to Seattle now, excited to keep discovering my adopted hometown one sketch at a time. Thank you, and watch out for those goats.